Okay, welcome to the third and final video where we'll be exploring colour. What you want to do is open your image. This could be the sample that you made for layering and opacity or repetition. I'm going to use my repeated image. So to adjust colour, we can go to Image, Adjustments, and there are a range of tools for us to use, from brightness and contrast to hue and saturation, threshold, but you can experiment with these in your own time to see what works with your design. I'm going to click on threshold right now, and this creates a simpler image. It removes all variations, so it becomes just black and white. As you can see, as you move the slider, it creates areas of dark and light and intensifies both depending on which area you are in the slider. Okay, so another thing we can do is we'll go to gradient map. Okay, so as you can see here, this has got pink and purple. That's because the colour swatch is set to pink and purple. If we go to black and white, it will be black and white options, as well as some preset colour options. If we click on these, as you can see, it alters the colours in the design. If you go to the colour swatch, then you can choose your own colours and experiment with these. Okay, so we'll go to hue and saturation now. Hue and saturation are colour and intensity of colour. So the hue, as you can see, just alters colour until you intensify the saturation, and then you can see that the colours are much more vivid. If you experiment with the level of saturation in your image to create different levels of colour, this will change the feel of your design. As you can see, if you change the lightness to a dark, then the colours will become darker, and if you go to light, the colours become lighter. If you experiment with this as well to see how you want to alter your design and have a different feel with your design. So finally we can go to invert. This literally switches the light areas to the dark areas and vice versa. It may be interesting for you to experiment with invert and other adjustments. So as you can see, if I go to hue and saturation with invert, I'll just have to increase saturation here. The colours that occur when it's inverted are very different to when it's not. So you may want to experiment with this as well. Okay, so finally we just want to save. We're going to work with JPEG at the moment. This is a simple file, but if you wanted to carry on working with the layers, then you'll want to have a Photoshop file. But for now we'll just use JPEG.